Howard University hosts Notre Dame in the MLK Classic today at 2 p.m. right here on Fox 5. But before we tip things off, we're talking all about it with Howard alum and Fox Sports announcer Gus Johnson, who joins us now live from quarantine. Gus, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great. We have to check on you first and see how you're doing because you're in quarantine. You're dealing with COVID issues. So how you doing?
Well, I had a little sore throat and runny nose and a little stuffy, but kind of chilly. That's why I got my hoodie on. But I feel fine. I've been doing this for 30 years. I should be working today. I've called games for 30 years with colds and flus and all kinds of stuff. I feel like I should be working, and I'm disappointed because I had a chance to see my school. But, this is part of what the world is today, right?
That's right. That's the way it is. And, hey, we wish you a speedy recovery. And let's talk about the game because you are contributing to the game from where you are. Notre Dame versus Howard at Burr. The significance of this matchup on this day in your mind?
Well, I think the significance of the day is the most important thing. It's Martin Luther King Day. And, he spoke at Howard. He received a doctorate from Howard in laws. And, for this game to be played on Fox Sports on national television today to honor Dr. King and a historically Black college and university taking on a wonderful Catholic university in Notre Dame. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think it's historic, and it's something that should have been done years ago, and we're happy that it's getting done today. So Coach Bray coming from Notre Dame and having a chance to, play his team against Coach Blakeney's team. I just think it's going to be a wonderful day, and I really, really, really am so disappointed. I wish I could be there.
Yeah, definitely going to be a big game and big significance there. Gus, you just said it yourself. You've been doing this for 30 years or so. I mean, you were here at WTTG. You've been all around. You've been at the networks. Talk about the significance of Dr. King, his mission, his life, his sacrifice, his journey, and how that impacted your life and impacts your life to this day.
Well, I think that Dr. King's writings and work, he had a chance to be the dean of the divinity school, but he turned it down because he said his work in the South was not done. And that work allowed people like me to be able to do what I'm doing right now and to be able to speak to you on television in the most powerful city in the world. And it's allowed me to travel the world because he sacrificed his life for the things that he felt were right to do for African-American people and for people in general. To be able to make that kind of life sacrifice is a godlike thing, in my opinion. And what Dr. King stood for and what he stands for and the message that he spread to the world, it's something that it just goes beyond what we as regular human beings think that we can accomplish, that kind of sacrifice. And he sacrificed for us to be able, as African Americans, to just live a quality life and just to have some equality, and that's it. And it's a very simple premise, but very complicated and at the same time. So right. Dr. King affects all of us in a very, very big way.
Right. You're right. And without Dr. King and his efforts, neither you nor I would be here. So we appreciate that. No. And we recognize that. Real quick, before you go, I know you're a college football expert as well. You do college football, and you're from Howard University and HBCU. What do you think about Coach Primetime, Deion Sanders, and everything that he's doing? He's ruffling some feathers. He's getting some top recruits at an HBCU. We got Eddie George, also a former NFL superstar at an HBCU, hoping to do big things. And now we got Hugh Jackson, former NFL coach down at Grambling. What do you think all this means for HBCUs and college football in general?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's the best thing that we've seen in college sports in a long time. Deion and, the Flea coaches with Deion. So Gary Harrow, he's a Howard University graduate. He's his top assistant. I think that Eddie George being at Tennessee State, all that is perfect because, these are Black kids that are playing at these white schools. All right. Just that's what it is. And it would be nice to see Black kids play at Black schools the same caliber athlete. It will be interesting if Fox, if the same caliber of athletes were at Howard and Morgan State and Maryland Eastern Shore, if we at Fox will be going to Ohio State and Michigan, if the same quality of athletes were at those schools, because those are our kids and those are our schools. So, I understand that there's a business behind it, but what Prime is doing, Coach Prime, is awesome. He's wonderful. He's a lightning rod, and he is a leader. And he's one of the greatest that has ever played the game, and he's leading by example. And I just love to see these Black boys going to Black schools so they can be around Black people and be around Black women and have no problems matriculating through school and understanding about themselves and understanding about their history. I just think it's wonderful. I think I can't say enough about it. I am a product of an African-American college. So I firmly believe that there is no difference between our schools and any other schools in the world. And it just makes me proud to see that, we have leadership, innovative leaders like Deion Sanders and like Eddie George and Coach Hugh that are going out there and trying to make a serious change from our colleges and our universities.
Well, Gus, thank you very much. And I know everybody in here thought I was going to get through this without saying that I went to Jackson State. Well, I fooled you.
All right,
I went to Jackson
all
State.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I love.
Did you play football? You look like you played football or basketball.
Well, more of a basketball, but
Okay.
Okay. All right, Gus. I appreciate you saying the football thing, though.
Yeah, you still look yoked, man. You look good, man. I'm just letting you know, son. You look great.
Thank you, Gus. Gus, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Hope you feel better, get well soon, and get back in that broadcast.
I'm fine.
All right, take care of yourself, Gus. All right. You can catch complete coverage of the MLK Classic right here on Fox 5 at 2 p.m. Jeanette?
All right, good discussion there. Wiz, thank you. 9:22.